Call the cops on me. On a mission to be champs since they let me free. Prepare for combat, my adversaries crumble. Face it, I got a reputation for damage. Busters get ready to rumble. They lock me in a cell, have me trapped in a living hell. Though not guilty, I'm still in jail. Brother, I serve my time like a soldier. Maintain composure. My shadow boxing the fight to the death. Busting boulders. Every boxer with a pair of gloves. Best give up love. Here's a man from the makings of a thug. A lethal weapon, mind sharp. And in my heart, there's a wish to shake the world with the flurry of my black fist. Now once a high school dropout, now I'm the $1 million champ. Who's the next to get knocked out? Straight out of Brooklyn and worldwide.
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Broadcasting live from the aftermath of Harvey. Right? This is Cheap Seats Boxing Show. Half of the dynamic duo here. JP, Angelo is working, helping the community, which I will be, I'm going to go volunteer in a couple of hours. First and foremost, for all y'all who don't know much about Houston, we were lucky, and but the people around us weren't so lucky. So there's ups and downs in the community. There are people who made out without a scratch, and there are people who lost everything. More people who lost than more people who made out without a scratch. So keep Houston in your prayers. Not so much us, but the people who actually need it. Kind of cool to see how a disaster can bring a community of people together. Strangers and neighbors become friends, and at least that's the positive of this. Now, back, we're going to get to the show. Follow us, Podomatic, iPatio, Windows phones, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Twitter, Gmail, Zoom. We still with you. But let's get into these fights this weekend. First, of course, the main event of all main events, Mayweather-McGregor. The spectacle became a fight. My opinion is Floyd carried the fight. For people who was like, he's getting old. Yeah, he's getting old. I never seen him box like that. Yeah, you never seen him box like that because he wasn't boxing somebody that was worth actually boxing for real. You won. The way it looks to me was the first 4 rounds. Why you didn't see much action is because before the first 4 rounds, any cuts or stuff, they could stop the fight earlier. So I think Floyd just let kind of get his stuff off and withstand his little barrage or whatever. Let him wear itself out, and then after 4, you could actually start putting in some work because then you can't stop the fight for cuts or anything like that. So, that's why I say he carried the fight. He waited, he got hit, people thought it was ridiculous. I will say this, the counter uppercut that Conor McGregor threw in the first 2 rounds when Floyd would try to go low with that stab and jab, that was a dope move. That was smart. He caught him twice with that. And he would have kept catching him if he would have kept doing it. That was a good counter shot. I got to give him that. Other than that, it's just classic, Floyd telling people he was going to get the fans what they want. From that point on, he just walked straight to him. Just walked in the middle of the ring, guard up, squared half the time, like, look, what you going to do? And Conor couldn't really do nothing. He punched himself out, and then he got picked apart, and then he got beat up, and then he got stopped. Was it an early stoppage? Yeah, but the way Conor was done. Like, Conor was done rounds before the 10th. Like, I would say from the 7th on, maybe even from the 6th on, he was gassed. And Floyd was just picking, popping, and just making it more of an event than it actually really was. Could he have got stopped earlier? Yeah, absolutely he could have got stopped, like in the 6th round, Was that a low blow or was it a body shot? I saw his back, so it looked like a body shot, so was that a good shot later on the fight by Conor? It looked good to me from where I saw. So I give him credit for that because I can't say, it was a low blow when I saw it from the back. I'm not even going to try that. Pause, right? But to me, the stars came out. People talked about it. I lost my wager that he'd come out with the Ireland stuff. But coming out with the ski mask because it was a bank robbery was apropos. Definitely a bank robbery. Congratulations to both of them for making off with the loot. I can't get mad at them about that. But from this point on, I'm done, with that. So let's talk about the better fights of the night, on the boxing matches of the night. Where should I start? Let's start here. Miguel Cotto versus Kamagai. Great fight. Cotto wasn't rusty. He came to box. He didn't come to bang. Which I was dead wrong. So congratulations to you for winning the WBO title. I think it's his 5th. He said he's going to retire after this year. So maybe this is a way to go out on top. Why defend it? Just ride off into the sunset as a champion. That's just my opinion. But Kamagai, I put the pressure on. He was coming. I think maybe around 7, I would say. Kamagai started getting gassed, and he didn't have as much power on his punches. But he has a chin like no other. He was taking a lot of shots. Cotto, which I think, because he's more of a bull in the ring, when he plays the matador, it doesn't look like the Cotto people envision. So his boxing technique and his skill was always underrated. But when he does the bull and matador thing, I think he's a phenomenal boxer, which he did in this fight. And he walked him into those hooks. And great lateral movement, great head movement, actually. He traded for a little bit, but when he had to get out of there, he had to get out of there because Kamagai was going to bring the pressure, which he brought all night, even when he was gassed. And Kamagai is one guy with a heck of a heart. And he has my respect, my undying respect, because you a beast in there, man. You come to fight no matter where you at. You one of those people, if your name is drawn, everybody knows you showing up for battle. And, I wish it would have turned out the other way for you and you would have actually been a champion because, you probably deserving of that. But Miguel took it that night and he was the better man. And I'm a Miguel Cotto fan, so I gotta tip my hat to him the way he did it too. Great fight. If he's moving forward, would he take on Liam Smith or somebody, maybe Kell Brook in the UK for the money? I could see that. Liam Smith is probably a more winnable fight. Kell Brook, I don't know. It depends on the eyes. But that would test his ability to go out on top against a world-class opponent. If he does that, which like I said, I would ride off into the sunset, but I'm not Miguel Cotto, so I need to mind my business on that. But either way, do what you do. Once again, congratulations. Great fight. Great fight. Great game plan, great tactical thing, great combination punches, great, like I said, lateral movement, great punch selection. And he took some great shots. If you didn't watch the fight, Kamagai, for at least that first 7 rounds, was giving some good shots, man. He couldn't corner Miguel to unload, but when he got them shots off, he let off some good bombs, good shots to the body, few good shots to the head. But he was letting off when he was letting off. So I commend both fighters for being tremendous champions at heart. Heads up, hats off to both of you. Actually, the next fight, which comes with a bit of a controversy, is Tank Davis versus Fonseca. Excuse me for the screw up, because when I was on the box schedule thing, it had the fight being like it changed to Rocky Martinez, and I was like, that's why I said before in the last one, like, okay, I thought it was Fonseca, but I'm gonna just go what I saw, Yeah, and luckily that was just a typo. So excuse me for talking on that particular fight that wasn't gonna happen that night. But the Fonseca fight, The Fonseca fight was good. Bit chippy, bit dirty. Both fighters were chippy. It seemed like Tank was trying to put on a show, but he wasn't as spectacular as he has been in recent days. But you know what? Let's rewind this. We let him off the hook last time with the weight thing. See, the second time, no. You have to do your job as a professional, and that's one thing we sticklers about is you lose respect when you can't do your job, and it's your job to make weight. You fought all your life to be a champion, and now you there, and now you can't make weight. No, that's unacceptable. Not just for Tank, but just for anybody. We've seen this numerous times. So that's a strike. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's a strike. Maybe that attribute to how his demeanor seemed a little bit off, or he was fighting a heck of an opponent. But strike number one, weight. That's bull. That's bull. The other thing in the UK, yeah, I can understand that. That's not your home state. You might be eating different. You might be eating fast food. I could say that. When you in the United States and you do it, and you are overweight more in the U.S. than you were in the UK. So for me, that's a problem. But let's get to the fight. The fight of it was more so. How can I say this? It was competitive. It was very competitive. Fonseca came to fight. And I think Tank was probably impatient, and he didn't know what he was going to do, and he was trying to entertain, and probably they was on his head about not making weight and that being a failure. So it wasn't his best performance, but it was good until the behind the head shot. Now, me personally, yeah, that was an illegal shot. Pushing him down. I mean, when I looked at it, I was like, yeah, he pushed him down. But at the same time, Fonseca held on. And he held on some more. And he held on some more. It's like, man, get off me. I wonder, Fonseca didn't get up. I don't know if he could or couldn't, but because he was there for a long time. So maybe that was just one of those shots that said whatever. But he was getting hit with some good shots during the fight, too. The behind-the-back uppercuts, that was entertaining for the fans. I'll give him that. But as far as everything else goes, it wasn't his best performance. And if anybody picked out the nuance of this, everybody on that card were wearing black and gold except Tank. Now, I'm guessing that has something to do with these things because, Badu Jack, black and gold. Steve Cunningham, black and gold. Floyd Mayweather, black and gold. Tank, not black and gold. That wasn't TMT unity at the particular point. So I don't know if that feeds into something else. I just picked up on that when I was watching the fights. But as far as what's next for him, I mean that's really on him because if you can't make weight, you're gonna have to move up. Now if you wind up staying in your weight class and making weight, you're gonna get cussed out. Because that's really not going to make sense. That's backwards. So I won't speak on that until that particular situation happens. That's how I look at it. The best fight on that card, Badu Jack versus Nathan Cleverly. The fight that I was actually most interested to watch, intrigued to see, and Badu Jack does it again. You have to just tip your hat to Badu Jack, just as a man, just as a fighter, just as an individual. Badu Jack showed up against a bigger man than Nathan Cleverly. He took what he had. He dished out more than he got. And he bullied the bigger fighter. Absolutely bullied him. Beat him down, hit him with good shots, good combinations at that. And won a title. Badu Jack is just a likable fighter, man. Like, Me and Angelo say the same thing. You never hear a bad word about Badu Jack. He's a guy who got beat, got off the canvas after his loss, fought his way to the top, became a champion, fought his way to the fans' hearts, went up a weight class in a hell of a fight against James DeGale, and fought Nathan Cleverly on one of the biggest, probably the biggest card in history, and became a champion on that night. You have nothing but our utmost respect, man. You know, you're one heck of a dude. Nathan Cleverly, you got heart, bro. I mean, you came there, you probably was outmatched, outgunned that night, you know. But like I said, it takes a heck of a man to get in the ring, whether he's outclassed or not. I'm gonna say that, because you got to understand boxing is a sport where you might not make it home at the end of the night. So, heck of a performance by Jack. Tip your hat off to Cleverly for doing the best he could. He got beat by a better man, and it happens in boxing. He's a better man. What I really admired about the fight was what happened after the fight, when Badu Jack said, "You know what? Maybe I'm gonna call out Adonis Stevenson." That was a heck of a move. You know, finally, a fight that can happen on the Al Hampton PBC side that shouldn't take much work. That Adonis Stevenson probably can't run from, because he got called out on the biggest stage in boxing this year. So, you know, by a smaller guy who most boxing fans have a respect for, you know. So the era of just being able to just coast and run with that title is coming to an end. I think he's gonna have to fight Badu. You know, Andre Ward is not taking Adonis Stevenson serious because of his ducking of Kovalev. You know, let's just call it spade a spade. You know, so I think that's a fight that can happen, and I think it's a challenging fight for both fighters, because even though I don't like Adonis Stevenson, I don't like his tactics as far as defending, as far as remaining a champion. I have to respect his power and his ability as a fighter. I think if he fights Badu Jack, he has a good chance to knock Badu Jack out, but I don't think he will. I think Badu Jack will beat him and might stop him, just because Badu Jack's work ethic and his ability to take your best and keep coming. And I don't think he's going to let Adonis hit him with any good clean shots. He's going to hit it, but like I said, Adonis Stevenson doesn't necessarily have to hit you with a clean shot to put you on the mat. So that's the truth to that too. But I think he loses in a game of combination punching, and I think you know, when I look at it, Badu can get off the canvas and give out punishment. Kind of Stevenson in a way, but Badu Jack has done it against tougher competition than Adonis Stevenson. So I think Badu Jack is more prepared to get up off of the canvas and win if need be. And I don't think Adonis Stevenson is prepared to get up off of the canvas and take a fight from a fighter like Badu Jack if the shoe was on the other foot. So in my opinion, you know, Adonis has the size advantage. He has the knockout power advantage. But I don't think he's sharper than Badu Jack. I don't think he's had the better opponents than Badu Jack. I don't think he's been as deep of water as Badu Jack. So I think Badu Jack is the more prepared fighter to take the title if they do fight. And I should say when they do fight, because I think it's more of a when than an if. But that's just my opinion on that. You know, I hope it happens. I really do. The other fight was Steve Cunningham versus Andrew Tabiti. Tabiti washed him. basically, but kind of a snoozer because he couldn't get him out of there. And with a guy like Tabidi's speed and power, that's what people were looking for on that night. He won, so winning counts. Steve Cunningham's a tough guy. Like, he's a tough guy. But if he wanted to make a splash, he was going to have to get him out of there, which he couldn't do. But, like I said, he won. It'd be different if he lost the fight to Steve Cunningham, and Steve Cunningham will be really back in the mix, back on the scene. So, congratulations on the win. Ray Vargas became a WBC champion, beating Ronnie Rios in a unanimous decision, 12 rounds. Congratulations. He earned it, Came to fight, took it from the champ. Another prediction that's in the books on a night where some of my predictions weren't so well. But congratulations to you, man. And and of course, they might. I don't know if they'll have a rematch because it's a unanimous decision. But if so, no problem. Because some fighters want that rematch clause, as we see coming up with Chocolatito. So you never know. Maybe Ronnie Rios gets a rematch and it goes a different way. We'll see. The other fight that was pre-main event, pre-undercard, Ugas won against Delorme. Delorme against Ugas. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. I'm bad with names. Man came in on 10 days' notice. Got 2 knockdowns, I want to say, in the second. He got knocked down maybe in the 6th or 7th. Delorme got a point taken away from him. Maybe 2. Because of low blows. And Ugas walks off with the victory. I will say in the first half of the fight, he controlled the fight. Bigger man, stronger man. Delorme couldn't bully him around. He was sharper with his punches. The shots both fighters would miss, they would miss by a mile. Like when they really tried to put something on it, they missed by a mile. But it took Delorme a long time to figure him out. I would say it was around the 7th round with the knockdown. I would say it was an exciting fight because of all the drama and tension, because of the 2 knockdowns. But it took Delorme to like the 7th round to actually figure him out because he couldn't really wear him down. He couldn't break his guard. I guess that whatever style that he had, it just was really messing with him, really breaking him. Shout out, congratulations to Joel Casamayor. He was training Ugas. Victory. He's one of the trainers. And his fighter showed up. 10 days notice. You got to get a man credit because he wasn't, I guess, later on in the fight from 7 down, he was falling apart. But he kept his composure because I think if Delorme would have kept his composure, he probably had an opportunity to drop him a couple more times and probably eke out a victory or maybe get a draw. But you could tell the pressure was mounting on him. I will say that about Delorme. Delorme kept coming, and he tried to finish strong. I think that the point taking kind of stopped his momentum, but he was trying his best to finish strong, which can't fault him for. You got off the canvas twice early, and I think that the second time was worse than the first time because he wanted to engage to get back and got caught, and I think that really turned things downhill for him. But it happens. Some fighters it works for them, and some fighters it doesn't. It just happened on this night. It didn't work for him. But he still fought a heck of a fight. He still came to fight. He still showed tremendous heart. Got to give it to him, but I got to give more credit to Ugas because with 10 days notice to win a fight against a legitimate good fighter, you know, and holding your composure and staying calm in the storm, I got to tip my hat to you, man. You know, you did that. You know, don't look at from this point on. Don't look at for the refs to help you though. I mean, even when some of the blows, the low blows, I can understand that, but sometimes it looked like you were just getting pressure put on you, and you just wasn't able to handle it because you probably weren't in the best of shape because of the 10 days notice. But you know, the ref can't help you so much. You're gonna get caught like that. So just focus on the fight. Let the ref do his job, even if he's not doing his job to your liking. You know, because you got to protect yourself at all times. It's just, it is what it is. You know, some nights are better than others. But congratulations. You know, Delorme. I mean, honestly, I would watch a rematch. I mean, I would. You know, it'll be interesting because he has more time to prepare for you, and you have, and now you feel like you probably know what it takes to figure this guy out because he had long arms, like not necessarily winky right long arms as far as defense, but he had I could see it was kind of difficult for him to figure out how to get through that guard. I really saw, you know, he had problems with that. He couldn't even make openings for a while. So I mean, great fight. I'm gonna speak on a few other things real quick. Now that the Wilder Ortiz fight is on, Joshua says he wants to win her, which I love it. I love it. You know, great. Absolutely great. It's another win for boxing. You know, we saw the outdoor workouts between Triple G and Canelo. Both of them look like they're ready to go right now, which, once again, I love it. I really do. It's great for boxing. And that's going to be an exciting fight. And then we got the flyweight bonanza coming up, what this Saturday? Oh, me and Angelo, we're going to get into that one. We're going to get into that one. Not this Saturday, next Saturday. Sorry about that, people. So, you know, that's going to be like one of the dopest cards ever. And I think they need to give a shout out to us for saying that's the type of card they need to put together. Like put all of those lightweight guys on the same card, because that's going to be an all action card. You know, whether some of you people don't understand that, you know, Inoue, Chocolatito, Quadras, Estrada, boy, oh boy, oh yeah, all on the same. Come on, on the same card at the same night at the same. Oh yeah, absolutely. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to get out of here. I would like to say thank you for being a fan. I mean, for being a fan of the show, and thank you for your support all this time. If you can, donate to Houston, to Hurricane Harvey. Whether it's just sending money or more so, you know, things like, you know, baby wipes, diapers, underwear, stuff like that. You know, things that people and families are going to need in this time of crisis, because there are people who literally lost it all. And so, like I said, you know, FEMA, Red Cross, J.J. Watt has a foundation. He's a great guy. So if you don't trust Red Cross or FEMA, definitely donate to J.J. Watt's foundation. He'll handle it. So other than that, we gotta thank y'all. You know, just thank y'all for all y'all support. Just really do. So we out of here. This is where the fighters fight and the fans commentate, and we do it just like that from the cheap seats, because we ain't buying no tickets. God damn it. Peace.
Again, I'll be the next heavyweight champion. Call me crazy, but no one can fake me.